Hmm. Now we are going to see question answers in the exercise of chapter number 1 science 2. So first open page number 10 of science 2 book. First question is complete the following diagram. So they have given in the middle evidence of evolution, and they have given morphological on one side. Then at the bottom they have given similarities in the bone structure, that means it is anatomy or anatomical evidence. Then right side in the above column you may have paleontology or embryology, or on the lower side in the lower rectangle you may have, if you write paleontology above then write embryology below. So like that you can fill in the blanks: morphology, anatomy, paleontology and embryology. As a 4 fill in the blanks they have given. Now question number 2, read the following statements and justify same in your own words with the help of suitable examples. So human evolution began approximately 7 crores years ago. So you open page number 9. In paragraph human evolution, they have given last dinosaur disappeared approximately 7 years ago. From that you continue up to these first human-like animals with erect posture which were using their hands have evolved about 2 crores years ago. So the answer is in that page. Followed? So it is in the book, you can write the same answer. Then second, they have given geographical and reproductive isolation of organisms gradually leads to speciation. So in the paragraph speciation they have given that every species on page number 9 speciation paragraph, the sentence number 3, each species grows in specific geographical condition. So these sentences you have to write: every species survive in specific condition, geographical condition. That means their requirement of food, habitat, their reproductive ability, period, they all are different. That point you write. Afterwards you have to write, therefore the individual of one species cannot reproduce with the individual of other species, and when they are separated by a distance they are said to be isolated geographically. They are apart from each other, they are living apart from each other at a longer distance, then that isolation is called geographical isolation. Now when they reproduce, when they cannot reproduce with one another, then it is said to be isolated reproductively. And though the ancestors of these species they are same, due to isolation for long duration there is genetic variation, and thus isolation leads to speciation. So these 2-3 sentences I have added, which you can refer to the reference book, but the meaning is like that. First you write 2 sentences from your book speciation, and then you have to write the meaning or explanation of these sentences. That is, individuals from one species they cannot reproduce with the individuals of other species. When they are separated by a distance they are said to be geographically isolated. When they cannot reproduce with each other they are said to be isolated reproductively. And thus though the ancestors of these species are same, due to geographical isolation they are living apart from each other, there is genetic variation, and as this isolation is for long duration, genetic variation which leads to speciation. That is the meaning. Then question number C, second C, study of fossils is an important aspect of study of evolution. So here you first define what is paleontology, then you define, that is study of fossils is known as paleontology. Then you define the fossils, that is given on page number 5. Then after that you have to describe the figure that they have given, that is after the excavation of the soil, in the deepest layer of the soil they found the fossils of all invertebrates, that is reptiles, amphibia, pisces, that is Paleozoic era. Afterwards in the middle portion predominantly the fossils of reptiles were found, that is Mesozoic era, while in the superficial layer they found aves, birds, mammals, that is all vertebrates they found, fossils of vertebrates they found. So that is Cenozoic era. So from that, what conclusion you have? That is vertebrates have been slowly originated from invertebrate. That means you have to describe the figure, and in addition you only give one point, that is the age of fossils can be determined by the carbon dating method. Don't write the carbon dating method in detail, not necessary. Then question number second D, there is evidence of fetal science among chordates. So you change the question, this is totally wrong given question. Among different chordates there are embryological evidences. That is the question, you have to change here, that question is totally wrong. What you are going to write? Among different chordates there are embryological evidences. So you open page number 7, they have given you embryological evidence. Instead of here they have given comparative study of embryonic developmental stages of various vertebrates given in picture. Instead of that you write fish, salamander, that is you write Pisces. Salamander means amphibians, so below fish you write Pisces, below salamander write amphibians, tortoise write reptiles, chicken you write birds, and then pig, cow, rabbit and man, below that you write mammals. So instead of in the picture you write these words. So what will be your sentence now? Comparative study of embryonic developmental stages of various vertebrates like Pisces, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals shows that all embryos shows extreme similarities during initial stages. So you repeat here the sentences which are given over here. And what is embryology? It is nothing but the science of study of development of organs from the organism from embryo. So that is how you can write this answer. Now fill in the blanks. The causality behind the sudden changes was understood due to dash principle of Hugo de Vries. So it is given on first page. Due to mutation, you have to fill in the blanks which are given in the bracket. Second one, the proof for the fact that protein synthesis occurs through dash was given by George Biddle and Edward Topham. So here you fill in the blank, use genes. Then third, transfer of information from molecule of DNA to mRNA is called as transcription process. D, evolution means gradual development. And E, vestigial organ appendix present in human body is the proof of evolution. So these are the fill in the blanks. Now write short notes based upon the information known to you. So Lamarckism, you write the whole paragraph that is given in the book. That is not necessary to use any reference book for that. Then Darwin's theory of natural selection, again you write page number 7, bottom paragraph, Darwin's theory of natural selection. Then embryology, same just now I have told you, that is embryological evidence, and before that you give the definition of embryology, that it is a branch of science which deals with the study of development of organism from the embryo. Then D, fourth D, they have given evolution. So for this, open page number 3. On page number 3 they have given theory of evolution on the right hand side, and on left hand side they have given regarding the evolution what are the possibilities, that is simple elements were first found, then simple organic inorganic compound, then from them complex organic compound, proteins, nucleic acid, then from the mixture of different organic inorganic compound primitive first cell is formed. So like that, this paragraph you refer for this question, evolution. Don't write evolutionary theory of evolution over here, only write this part. Then connecting links, directly this answer is given in your book, not necessary to refer anywhere. Page number 6, bottom paragraph, 5-6 lines are given, you can write that those lines. Then question number 5. So question number 4 mostly it is given in your book. Question number 5, define heredity and explain the mechanism of hereditary changes. So define heredity, it is given on the first page, first line. Heredity is the transfer of biological character, first page, first line. biological characters from one generation to another via genes, and explain the mechanism of hereditary changes. That is, for that you write the discoveries made by some scientist. That paragraph you refer, and then you write question number page number 2, bottom paragraph, first 4-5 lines. Question number page number 2, bottom paragraph, 4-5 lines you have to write. In addition to that, hereditary and hereditary changes, and first you write all the inventions made by scientists. Then question number 6, define vestigial organs. Write names of some vestigial organs in human body and write the names of those animals in whom same organs are functional. So you can write all the vestigial organs paragraph. Everything is given on page number 5, point number 3. Now question number 7, answer the following question. How are the hereditary changes responsible for evolution? So for that you refer to the reference book. Direct answer is not given. 7th B, explain the process of formation of complex protein. That means from central dogma up to translocation you have to write everything. Formation of protein, complex protein, on page number 1. Then question number 7C, explain the theory of evolution and mention the proof supporting it. So they have given you the theory of evolution on page number 3, right hand side paragraph, theory of evolution, and the proof supporting to it they have given you only mention. That means you have to give only names of the evidences, that is the morphological evidence, anatomical evidence, vestigial organs, paleontological evidence, then connecting links and embryological evidence. So like that you have to only mention, don't write in detail, not asked, but that may be asked as an extra question anywhere. Then explain with suitable examples importance of anatomical evidence in evolution. So anatomical evidence they have given in detail on page number 4, anatomical evidence, that paragraph you write for this question. Then define fossil and explain importance of fossil as a proof of evolution. Write the same answer as second C we have proved. Second C, study of fossil is an important aspect of study of evolution. You write the same answer as here as second C that we have discussed, same you write for 7th E. And 7th F question, write evolutionary history of modern man. That means you have to start from last dinosaur disappeared on page number 9 up to the Cro-Magnon or Neanderthal man. Up to that you have to write all the evolutionary history of modern man. So it will be a big question, but you can refer to the textbook, not necessary to use any reference book, everything is given. So that is about all the question answers in first lesson. Then we are going to see whichever part is remaining from science 1 part. I have given in the previous video science 1 up to mass and weight. We have derived the formula for weight also. Now we will see page number 10. So now you open page number 10 of science 1 book. I will start from use your brain power. Will your weight remain constant as you go above the surface of the earth? So definitely the answer is no, because weight is nothing but a force exerted by the earth on the object, and we define it F is equal to W equal to, we have formula mg. So here small g is involved, and this small g depends upon height. So whenever the height changes, g changes, and definitely weight will change. So as we go above the surface of the earth, the height will increase, and definitely g decreases and the weight will decrease. So that will be the expected answer over here. Then second one, suppose you are standing on a tall ladder. If your distance from the center of the earth is 2r, what will be your weight? So here I will show that on the board. So here you have the formula for weight, which is equal to W equal to F equal to mg. So that is F is equal to m For G we are going to substitute Gm upon R square. So we have here W is equal to mgm upon R square. That is the original formula. So suppose you are standing on a tall ladder and if your distance from the center of the earth is 2r. Now here we are using this formula W when the distance is r. But they have given the distance as 2r. So what will be W1? So m g m upon 2r bracket square. So r I have changed to 2r. It has become 2r square. So now it will become W1 is equal to mgm upon 4r square. So here W1 I will write as 1/4 I will take out, then mgm upon r square. Now this mgm upon r square is nothing but W. So W1 is equal to 1/4 W. So that is the expected answer here. So W1 is equal to 1/4 W. So what weight will become 1/4 of the original weight. So that is the question. Use your brain power. Page number 10, Science 1 I am telling. You open the page, book of Science 1 now. Now do you know I am going to explain the gravitational waves. So whenever we drop a stone in the water, then the waves are created, you know. Or if you hold the ends of the stick in the hand and if you move it or if we shake it, then a wave is created. That is, these waves are either a transverse wave or longitudinal waves. So sound wave, you know that it is a longitudinal wave. Like that, if we consider light is a transverse wave which is considered to be the electromagnetic waves. Like light, the X-rays, ultraviolet rays, infrared rays, microwaves, radio waves, they are all electromagnetic waves, and these are the waves which are emitted by the astronomical objects, and these waves are useful to have the knowledge of universe. Like that, the gravitational waves are also one type of waves which are very weak waves, and these are very difficult to detect. They were first detected or predicted. Their existence was first predicted by the scientist Einstein, and they have been called the waves of the fabric of space-time. So fabric of the space-time, that means in short, you remember, these gravitational waves are just like the wrinkles produced on the fabric. They are just like wrinkles produced on the fabric. That was the prediction made by scientists, and the scientists have constructed extremely sensitive instrument for their detection. But the most important are among these, LIGO, that is Laser Interferometric Gravitational Wave Observatory, is the prominent one, and exactly after 100 years of their prediction, scientists detected these waves which are coming from the astronomical objects, and again these waves, they have opened the new path to have the knowledge about the universe or information about the universe. So these waves, according to Einstein, they were the wave just like the wrinkles produced on the fabric, and therefore they are said to be the waves on the fabric of space-time, because whenever large amount of mass and energy is produced, that the space will get destroyed. So that was the prediction done by Einstein. So these were detected by Einstein for the first time. Then we are going to see what is a free fall. So whenever we hold the stone, they have given free fall, page number 11, I am reading. Take a small stone, hold it in your hand. Which forces are acting on the stone? The two forces are acting, one that is downward gravitational force, and the upward force, which is the force exerted by you on the stone. Now release the stone. What do you observe? After releasing the stone will definitely start falling down. So what are the forces acting on the stone after you release it? when you release the stone, then only the gravitational force is acting on the stone, and thus whenever the object moves under the influence of gravitational force alone, it is said to be free fall or free falling objects. Followed? So whenever the object moves under the influence of force of gravity alone, it is said to be falling freely. They have given the definition. Then actually, practically, free fall is impossible, because whenever the object is falling freely, it is falling through air, and thus air also exerts the force of friction as well as the buoyant force on that object. So practically, when falling through air, this free fall is impossible only whenever the object is falling through vacuum. That is, if we consider the motion of moon around earth, or if we consider the motion of artificial satellite, that will be under the influence of gravitational field of the earth. They are considered to be only the examples of free fall. Followed? Then whenever the object is falling freely, the Newton's equations of motion will change somewhat. So how they will be changed? We have the first equation, v equal to u plus at, normal equation, v equal to u plus at, where v is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity. For free fall, u will become 0 and a will be equal to g, gravitational force. It is the gravitational force due to which whenever the object is falling, the force is acted upon the object, and that is why it gets accelerated. That is why its velocity changes. While coming down, the velocity increases. While going up, velocity decreases. Whenever there is increase or decrease in velocity, the object is said to be accelerated, and therefore that a changes to g. So v is equal to gt. That will be the first equation. Second is equal to s is equal to ut plus half at square. So here what change will be there? S is equal to 0 plus half gt square. So s is equal to half gt square. So that is the second equation. And third will be b square is equal to u square plus 2as. So that will be b square is equal to 2gs. So these equations will change whenever we are having a free fall. And another thing, that whenever we are calculating the motion of object which is thrown upward, here we are going to consider the acceleration negative, because the object is falling downward, and whenever we are throwing the object upward, the object is going upward and gravitational force is acting downward. Therefore they are in opposite direction, so velocity decreases. So this decrease in velocity is shown by minus sign for g. So therefore we are going to use everywhere whenever we are throwing the object in the upward direction as minus g.